Today I was looking at a few potential properties because I've recently come to the realization that I've outgrown my living arrangement some time ago, and it's now costing me more to live in the cheap place than I would be earning if I moved into a bigger space. So I looked at two properties today, and this has come after, like so many times in my life, I've pretty much been pushed by the universe to take action, because where I live now, it's like party central. Everybody's doing drugs, there's so much drama. I'm sick and tired of hearing stories about all these people that have been in jail and how they've been getting in fights and they've been having all this sex with these women, and it's really misogynistic and just like all of it, like just so much stuff that I just don't want to be even remotely near. But I've been there because it's cheap, and I've been working on creating financial freedom for myself. So the gap between my income and my expenses is quite large, and I've been really enjoying that, and I've been getting ahead. But I've reached a point now where it's to my detriment that I'm keeping that gap so large the way that I have been, because I'm ready to level up. I'm ready to step into a bigger space where I can create more possibilities for myself. But if I had more room, I'd be doing more HK sessions, and I would be doing more video work. I'd be able to do these journals at home because I wouldn't want to never be at home. And that would actually be quite dramatic of a shift, to be able to just flick the camera on in my own space and just record whenever I feel like it. And these video journals at least would become more frequent. And I would eventually get back into sharing stories with other people, which is like a really strong intent for me right now, is to get back to the storytelling with others, like sharing, because I'm just one dude, you know. I've just got my experiences. I like it when I can collaborate with other people and share insights and build a picture together. It's like so much more enriching for the viewer as well, for you that are watching. Like, it's almost like arrogant to sit here and even do a video journal and have this extended narrative of my life that other people are going to watch. Like, I'm not that significant. I'm just like everybody else. Not that like I need to be, or that anybody needs to be, but it's just I want more depth. I don't want to be just sitting there talking to myself. I want to be getting back into that depth with others. So having a space that I can invite people into with confidence that it's a quiet, safe space, and you know, I'm controlling all of the variables. That's what I'm really craving. I'm craving a space where like I'm fully in control of that game, that dimension, and then I can proceed accordingly. Because at the moment, I'm very limited in what I can plan while all of that nonsense is going on around me. There was a great plan like 8-9 months ago, whenever it was, that I decided I'm gonna just focus on working out, eating healthy, meditating, and like not even meditating. My meditation is like this, like just being with myself is meditation. Like I don't have any particular meditation practice, but just like, yeah, working on myself has been the intention. So I wasn't really thinking about inviting anybody into that. And I gave myself 12 months. So this isn't even like I've made a mistake or anything. I thought I needed 12 months to do that. It's like I've outgrown it faster than I intended to. And now I want to invite people back into my world and share stories and time and experiences. And to do that, I need to eject once again from the circumstances that are no longer in alignment with my goals. I mean, that place that I moved into, it was never in alignment with me at all, but the way that I've been utilizing it is just like go there, shower, sleep, that's what it's for. Like you have to have a place to crash. It's like a step up from living in the ute. It's like a little bit more comfortable than living in the ute. That'll do. It's a warm bed, warm shower. That'll do. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to... The other thing as well, like, the rental prices right now are crazy. So it's like, it's even more intimidating, like, to go and like rent an entire house. Or I know a bunch of people that are watching this might be like, why don't you just buy something? But I think right now I don't want to play with debt, like, at all. I've always been like risk averse when it comes to debt and money, but particularly right now I would rather have the freedom to walk away from everything that's going on in my life. I have no debt. I'm like financially free in that way. Like I've got a huge amount of safety net to fall back on, of like money that belongs to me, you know, like I don't need a credit card or a loan. And that's how I want it to be. At some point I might consider using debt, but just not now. Like I want the freedom first. And I want to like test myself as well, like make sure that I can produce the income sustainably. Like I'm still not particularly loving the way that I'm generating my income and cash flow. Like it's not something that I want to do forever. So before I get into some kind of commitment that's going to be like 25, 30 years, or even 10 years for that matter, or even 5 years for that matter, any kind of commitment with debt, like I want to know that what I'm doing today is something that I want to do for the next 5 years, and the way that I'm creating my cash flow is something that is in alignment with my values and principles. I feel like I'm integrity every single day, and I'm not doing anything that's like wearing me down or compromising anything. Like I want to be feeling free in what I'm doing before I entrap myself in a debt agreement with a bank or anything like that to buy a house. Like I think for me freedom's more important. And yeah, that's kind of risk averse, and heaps of people have told me just it's so much better to be paying a place off than renting it. I hear you. I've considered it. It excites me, but I know me, and at any moment I can just be like, look, this isn't working for me, like my career, my income streams, and I just want to try something different. And I could go from like making 10,000 plus a month to back to like, you know, 2,000 a month, 1,000 a month, even less, like nothing. I could go back to earning nothing, and just like, I need another 5 months to drive around Australia and find myself again. I don't think it's going to come to that extreme, but I want to give myself that space. Like, I don't want to be like, I can't do that if I need to. Like if I just need to focus on healing again, like I want to be able to do that. So that's what I'm slowly moving towards. Like, what is actually going to work for me long term? What foundations do I need to build that I can then take these next steps? So that's kind of all the stuff, the stuff that's around these decisions right now. Like, I want to move out of this cheap party environment into twice as expensive, if not more, safe, quiet, controlled environment where I can then thrive even more. How does that connect to being a cabarita? It doesn't. I'm just here because I can be. I'm having another 2 days off in a row, which has been extremely rare in the past, but just because there's been some internal changes with management, the way things are running with work, I'm finding myself with all of this spare time, which also means my income is decreasing, which is exacerbating that whole risk-averse thing about like debt and money. Like, just like that, I can lose like a third of my income because things aren't organised at work, so I'm not working as much because I'm casual still. Because casual's another thing that I do. I don't want to be full time because I want the freedom to like just walk away from this role whenever I feel like it. Like freedom is just such an important value of mine. I don't want it compromised. So maybe there's a lesson here. I'm not landing anywhere with that lesson right now. Maybe somebody else is having some kind of insight while they're watching this. It's important. But for me, I'm still holding very firm to I want my freedom first. And if I can build these other desires around that freedom, awesome. But like, I don't want to trade little pieces of my freedom for things that I want, because I've done that before. And what happens is you don't realize how many of these little pieces you're giving away until it's this huge portion of yourself that's missing, that like you no longer have control over. Like all this freedom that you've given away, it's accumulated, and then you're like, fuck, I've got so much commitment right now, and to sustain these commitments I'm doing things that are so out of alignment with my integrity that it feels wrong. And that's when I have these, in the past I've had these moments where it's been like demolition crew, like just fucking destroy everything, like start from scratch, wipe it all out, delete all the videos, get rid of the followers, like even in career stuff, like just walk away from the job, like burn the bridges with all the relationships and connections that you've built in different communities, like just leg it, it's time to change. That's what I come to, because this commitment, interconnected web of commitments that have compromised my freedom. It's just too complicated to like unravel that. It's going to take too long to slowly and carefully free myself. So I just like rip it off me like a fucking, like a superhero outfit. Like, or the outfit that's on the outside of my superhero costume, and remember who I am again and go and do whatever I want. And yeah, there's a part of me right now that's like, sometimes that hasn't been fair on others, and that's not cool, because I've just like bailed on everything, and other people were also involved in those commitments, and they're like, well, Kai's gone now, and he was like the glue that was holding this thing together, so it's over, and I was really attached to it. But maybe also, yeah, I feel guilt, I feel shame about that, but also I feel like you're also freeing everybody else as well. It's actually starting to rain, and it is incredibly dark. This is going to be one of those journals where I'm just going to leave you with a bunch of unfinished thoughts. If you get anything out of it, please let me know your insights and things that you're thinking and feeling in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the like button for me, it actually does go a long way. And check out kylynch.com if you get a chance, it's pretty cool.